Let's get rid of that. And let's go in here and try this and see what happens. Rock show started successfully. Now, go over to YouTube or YouTube. Recognise that chap's voice. And let's see if this is going to work. Aha! Rage 2 live, Rock versus Cancer. Ah, it works. Awesome, 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 awesome. What rocks? What rocks? What works, Rock, and why are you so excited? I'll tell you why I'm excited. Let's fire this up a second. So, I have got here Rage 2 on Shield TV, streaming from Twitch, or to Twitch, I should say. And then, over on YouTube, at the same time, I have the Twitch stream, although it isn't, the Shield TV stream, also streaming on YouTube at the same time. How cool is that? And you can hear me. Now I could actually whack a camera on as well. That is also technically possible. So that's exciting. Now, let's see. So, as is the problem with Shield, you are unfortunately limited to 720p, which actually looks okay. It's a decent quality 720 because they have I found this earlier with my PlayStation controller. For some reason it's not engaging with the game, but the basic Shield one is. I think once you're in on the game it works okay. Now obviously, or not obviously, that chat message has to go. It's so annoying. Easiest way to do that, I think, is to hold this button down. I think this will do it. No? Oh, that's worth knowing though, that is actually your home button. Is it this one then? No, it's not that one. Is it Every Day's a Learning Day? One of these. Is it that one? Yes, here it is. Okay, so we can hide. There it goes. Hide it, bring it back again, hide it. Awesome. Good. That's working. That is working. And I just want to check on the sound. The game sound. Yes, it's there. Might be a tad too loud, but hey, this is cool. This is exciting. Hey, Telly, my friend, I got it all working. How cool is this? So, Tally, we have Stadia running on Shield TV, native app, and streaming to Twitch, whilst whacking it out over here on YouTube. You can hear it, obviously. How's the game audio? I can tell. Hang on, let me just... Streaming to Twitch, whilst whacking it out over here. Too much of a delay. Anyway, it looks perfectly fine. It looks perfectly fine. It's going to be a little bit compressed because, as I've said, unfortunately for us, the NVIDIA Shield is capped at 720p, but and there's a little bit of compression there. It's a shame, but YouTube decides that it will apply compression even if the actual quality. Thank you, my friend. Even if the quality of the picture is fine on the sending end. Twitch don't do that, interestingly enough. They seem to be quite happy for you to go out there unfettered at a higher bitrate, but YouTube definitely does, so it is what it is. If you ever want to get over that, the easiest way is just to do a pre-record.
There's like a supply drop over here.
But this is using the service that I mentioned earlier. I did find them in the end. I actually sent you a DM, but not everybody reads them on sound. I appreciate.
We can finally get to them.
Oh look, airdrop located, activate. That's better. I had the sound down in my headphones. Oh wow, I didn't realise how far the shotgun fires. So this must be... I actually think this area that I'm in on the game is a little bit overpowered for my character. I seem to have found myself at a part of the game where I probably need to level up a bit, but overall it's working okay. Yeah, pre-record's not fun, and you can't engage with it, and let's face it, that's at least 70% of the reason people watch me stream, because there can't be many other reasons. What, don't understand. I've pressed the button. Do I have to do something else? No. Oh, I can relax a bit now. I still never got any sleep in. Michael, how are you? And £1 as well. Thank you so much. That's incredibly kind of you on a Saturday morning. So I think I'll do a little video, actually, of this process that I've got working. Of course, it does rely on a few things. One, having a Shield TV, which, you know, they ain't cheap as far as the systems go that you can purchase to do all this kind of malarkey. Not obviously in the same kind of low price bracket as a Chromecast or even an Amazon Fire Stick, but they do have the rather rudimentary built-in, not going to complain, gets on with the job, stream to Twitch, which covers the entire interface, not just when you're in GeForce Now, for example. I have experimented since 3 o'clock this morning, which is, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the last 8 hours I've been experimenting. You know, Tally, you popped in earlier and saw me experimenting, trying to find a way to do this, because the objective, which is, to be fair, I'm probably one of very few people that has this requirement, but I've got a really lovely setup in my garage for streaming. I've got a decent 3080 rig, I've got a lovely camera, I've got my beautiful Elgato mic, I've got the lights, I've got the whole kit and caboodle, but it's in the garage. Now I do have Windows, we converted it for my office, so it's dual purpose. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this hitting the button thing. But I don't like being out there when I'm playing games in when Mrs. Rokkk's not around, for example, on a weekend. She's out shopping at the moment, and she works in the week some days. And those days are the days that I like to sit in front of the television and just completely couch out, just do the whole casual gaming thing. And while I'm doing that, I kind of feel like I should be streaming. And it's weird when you get into content creation, you kind of feel, it kind of feels like it gets into your blood. Hello, Becky. it's my gorgeous daughter in the chat there. How are you, sweet pea? And Streamlabs is going for it. Look at this. So I have been trying to get a system to work which allows me to stream Stadia from the TV, or viewing it on the television, and using a mic and so on and so forth. Now, as you know, Stadia have got, I think it's B. No, is it this one? No, is it this one? No, is it this one? No, cancel that. It's one of these. Sorry, I'm just decided to quickly look at the game. Do the game, do the game, do the game. Which one of these is it? No. Wow, that was a lucky shot. I didn't even see them approaching. I think I would have been run down if I didn't press that. So yeah, it's this one. There we go. Get my vehicle. So the problem is Stadia's built-in streaming system works great if you are on a laptop or even a mobile phone, but it doesn't work with the Chromecast or the Chromecast for Google TV. So you're a bit stuck. Now there is the workaround, as everybody knows. You can fire it up from a laptop or a mobile, and then you can actually, the way you do it is that you fire it up on the Google TV or the Chromecast, and then you go to your laptop and stream, and it works really well, except that audio mic doesn't work unless you're on a multiplayer game. It's really complicated and stupid. It basically requires that unless the game itself has multiplayer, i.e. has a game chat built in, it doesn't broadcast your mic. I have no idea why. I can't believe that it's that big of a deal that they couldn't build it in, but it isn't there. So you can't, for example, Rage is not a multiplayer game. Having said that, it does actually have multiplayer options, I think. I think when you go back to the main menu, you get to choose whether you want to play offline or online. Now, if I wanted to play online, I would probably be okay with the mic, but obviously that's not going to do the story. So, you're a bit out of luck, unless you do what I've done, which is spend hours figuring it out. I've got all these tools. I've got all these platforms. I've got an Xbox Series X. I've got a PlayStation 5. I've got laptops. I've got all sorts of stuff. And in the end, the solution was to use the Video Shield and just record what's basically on the screen, in this case, Stadia. Now the second problem was, that's all well and good, but I don't tend to do most of my Stadia streaming on Twitch. That's my sort of my kind of my work shed where I stream other stuff, which I test out, like my PlayStation games or my Xbox games or my Nvidia GeForce Now games, PC games. Yeah, these guys look like they're on our side. So the obvious way to deal with that is simply just to do it on Twitch, and that's the end of it. And you can download them afterwards and upload them. Rubbish. Nobody wants that. So I remembered that there was a service that you can subscribe to that actually does allow you to stream to anything, actually, pretty much. I mean, certainly all the sorts of channels that you can stream with Restream and Melon and StreamYard. So it's only £2 a month for one other service. So in other words, you start with Twitch, and then you have one other service that you can stream to at the same time, which of course for my use case is perfect, because I only need to stream to YouTube. Can't be bothered with Facebook. I don't know. Nobody ever watches my Facebook streams. I have every single week when I do Rock Show, I stream to Twitch, YouTube and Facebook every week, and have done ever since. And nobody, I don't think, has ever watched a live Facebook stream. So it ain't working for me. However, that's fine. That's not a problem. Not for this stuff anyway. And I can continue to use Melon. I mean, I could use Melon to do this, but I've got to have a PC or a laptop, and I've got to be able to have enough. Hello, chaps.
Fantastic ass kicking there, Ranger.
Oomph in the old laptop to run it and play the game and the whole works, and it's just painful, and it just kind of destroys the whole casual gaming thing. So this service, which I shall cover off in a forthcoming video actually, allows you to do that. So I've now got, using Nvidia Shield, the ability to play Stadia or GeForce Now games at 720, but you know, better than a kick in the eye. Just having a look at the stream now. The other thing I love about Twitch is there's like next to no latency. It's like 3 seconds But anyway, it looks okay. It looks good enough. And there's the old golden rule of streaming, which is that 70% of the people that are in your stream, unless you happen to be the world's best gaming streamer, are there for you. So most of them wouldn't even care that it's 720. On top of that, most people are watching on their mobile. Go on, prove me wrong, folks. Tell me you're not watching me on a mobile or listening. And if you are, then it's probably because it's the weekend or the evening where you are. But certainly my statistics show that most people are on a phone. So 720 on a phone, perfectly fine. 360 on a phone is perfectly fine. Bring to the Cyberdock in Wellspring to augment yourself. How much are they? In stock, owned. Don't think I can. Oh, okay. That's it then. I bought one. Can only buy one. Weapon core mod. Let's buy one of those as well. Shock grenades. Yeah, no, they're pretty cool. I'll have a couple of those. Overdrive, yeah. What I really want is some ammo. I think I'm out of ammunition. But that's all good. So we've got me watching on Twitch. Hello, me. And we've got 4 people, including me, so 3 people watching on YouTube. So that's 3 people. By my maths, but that's okay because this is an experiment and I'm not promoting it. And to be honest with you, I'm happy if I ever get more than half a dozen people watching my game stuff. But this is really because what I should be doing here is promoting the charity stream. But I just was so excited that I got this to work. And it's still staying up, the stream, the NVIDIA stream. For the last few weeks I've not been able to get it to work at all. So double bonuses all round. Right, let's have a look at the map and see what actual activities are required. Wrong map. Thank you, RJ. Yeah, you know, this is the thing. I set myself these little goals and things that I want to achieve. And most of the time I find a solution. A lot of the time, sometimes I don't, and this is one of those where it kind of requires a workaround. But yeah, I mean, so for example, in your case, you're saying you've only got a Chromebook, so you can only really use web streaming services or direct stream via Stadia. Well, that's as good as anything. And don't forget, for Melon, Restream, StreamYard, etc., there are others as well. There's a new one that I found this morning, actually, that I've signed up for a beta of, and I've just forgotten what they're called. But let's have a quick look in my emails and see if they've accepted my request, because that's another thing to do. Look out for guys doing betas of these things, because invariably they're free, and there's a lot of people trying to have a crack at it ever since lockdown. And the success that Zoom had, the amount of people that are doing these kinds of things. My company's built similar sort of things in the past for clients. It's not massively difficult. The bigger problem is the cost of hosting and having enough users to cover that cost, to be fair. Right, so I need to go to a new window. Bear with me. And see if let's go to that Gmail account and see if they've responded or not. But there was another one as well that I've been playing with called wave.tv, I think it is. And I reached out to them to get a streamer's account. They offer various accounts that they'll give you so many months free, or you can have it for free and then alpha discounts and things, but they never bothered to get back to me, so I'm not going to promote them. So what have we got here? Google Stadia alerts, got anything interesting? Stadia just made it a lot easier to play Resident Evil Village demo. Yeah, The Verge. Stadia changelog. Google's path forward becomes even clearer. Yeah, that's the same thing that Bryant covered in his video earlier. Capcom Resident Evil, Capcom Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil. So the whole news cycle today is Resident Evil and nothing from those other guys. So what I was going to say was, most people that watch streaming watch it on mobile phones, and the most important thing is they're really not that interested in the game. So unless anybody is, not just you, sorry, but anyone, unless anybody is interested in streaming just for the fun of it, showing their gameplay, then, don't expect to get a huge audience. If you are going to engage and have a good old chat with your chat, and try things out and share the love and give ideas and stuff like I do, then you'll build an audience. So with game streaming, I would say this. I would say if you can run Melon, StreamYard, Restream, or any of the others, there's a few of them, on your Chromebook and play a game and the whole thing works, then go for it, because quite honestly, sending a 1080p stream via Melon, StreamYard and Restream takes up a load of processing anyway. So your best bet would be to use your direct stream, your Stadia direct stream, YouTube direct stream, with your mic firing out from your Chromebook. You don't need a camera, nobody particular. Again, bearing in mind that most people are looking on their mobile, and even people that have their cameras on the stream takes up like 10% of the screen size down the bottom left or bottom right corner. And on a mobile phone, that's about the size of a pin. So there's no huge advantage, unless, you're absolutely gorgeous, in which case you're probably just doing an Ask Me Anything with a bleeding bikini on anyway. And nobody wants to see me in a bikini.
Think I'm picking up on a
But
ghost
yeah,
outpost.
definitely. I dropped the car. Where did I put it? Where did I put my car, man? It's actually up in the compass up here somewhere. Usually shows.
They shoot it, snort it. Hell, I've seen one try to eat it. Do anything to get it inside their
Yeah, but
bloodstream.
go for it. I mean, look, if you've got any aspirations at all to create content, experiment. Don't feel that each of your streams needs to be perfect. Sometimes they're not going to be. They're going to be really boring. Sometimes no one's going to turn up, but you just keep doing it. Every time you play a game, stream the game. Talk to yourself. It doesn't matter that nobody's there. People will watch it back, particularly as you build an audience. They'll want to go back maybe and see how you got on with a certain level in, whatever game. So talk to yourself as if you are your best friend, and about your life and what's been going on in the day, and your thoughts about gaming and your thoughts about this game and all those other things. Just knock it out there. Yeah, I think Jeff Gignac has aspirations to wear a mankini. But I don't think it's for me. Those days of me wearing a mankini are long gone. Particularly now, after my recent op. I don't think anybody would want to see that. But yeah, I love it. I love encouraging people to do this stuff. This is why I came up with Raise Praise. I mean, it was originally Stars of Stadia as a piece within Stadia ROKK'S show, which was my first show. And then I started streaming with Ray as Rokk and Ray, and then I brought it in as Ray's Praise, and then I've carried it across to Rokk Show. It's a great little feature, and the important thing is the people that we feature that get praised actually do see an increase in subscribers. I know some of them have had 10, 20 or more new subscribers as a result and gone on to increase their profile. So, it's lovely to give people that leg up. I'm going to be doing I'm actually going to take Stars of Stadia out. Let me start that sentence again. Stars of Stadia. Hello, Jack. How are you? It's an absolutely amazing game, Jack Rage. It's I actually played it a long time ago. I think I rented it when it was on PS4 or PS3, well before cloud, and did a fair chunk of the game, I would say. Then I think I sent it back because although the rental outfit that I used to use, you could keep the game as long as you liked, there must have been something else that came along that I fancied having a play with. And then I bought it on Stadia. Well, I think it was one of the first games that came out on Stadia, actually, when it launched. And there were some initial issues with it, but they got it working. And then I've done a fair chunk of it, but I was having a look. I still haven't played more than about 16, 17 hours on it. Oh, look, I've got an upgrade. Is it worth upgrading that one? Probably. But it's a superb game. You've not heard of a mankini. You don't want to go Googling it, my friend. The last thing you want to be doing is seeing pictures. It came from, do you remember Sacha Cohen Baron, who did Borat? And recently he did I think it was like Borat Goes to America or something. And he's got some famous for shots of him wearing one of these one-piece swimsuits that literally grab from underneath and pull up. Now, as it happens, he's got something to be proud of, but most of us really wouldn't want to be doing that. So good old Sasha. He's a lad. He's a lad, is old Sasha. But yeah, Rage 2 is such a gorgeous game. And there's so much to it. It's like a cross between Borderlands and Mad Max. Oh, it's just a great game. Except I'm just running around talking, so it's boring as heck for you guys. I need to find my car again. Hold that down. No, not that one. No, not that one. Oops. Here it goes. This one. That one. This one. It's one of these. Which one? This one. That's it. L3. There we go. We've got the vehicle now. There we go. Awesome. And we need to go to the map and choose something to do. So let's see what we've got going on. Now, number 7, that lady there, level 7, I've been told, according to the log, that in order for me to complete her final quest, which is unknown, I need to level her up a bit more. So I think that's what I need to concentrate on, those little orange diamond shapes. Diamond, would you call that? So let's get back. There's one there, and that is Wasteland Savior. So we'll track that one and follow the pink arrow. Give ourselves a boost out of this town. This town's nasty. They're all a bit high level for my character.
It's like another supply drop.
Where? Where's the supply drop? You got me excited about supplies just now, and there weren't any. So Jack, the setup that I've got here is quite interesting. I was just explaining to the guys before you may have heard me, but I've been working for ages, and since for about 8 hours today, I'm sure it's the same supply.
We're here, Sword.
In trying to find a way that I can stream Stadia from sat in front of my television that actually allows me to use a mic and doesn't require me to set the stream up in Stadia. And the reason that's a problem is because if you're using a separate device, i.e. a television, you can't use your mic on solo games. It works fine with multiplayer, so most people that use it for Wreckfest and PUBG and all that stuff, and that's fine. But if you're playing solo games, I have no idea why, because I don't technically understand the problem, but Stadia doesn't allow you to use the mic. And it actually tells you this if you fire a game up on your Chromecast. Oh, missed it. And then go to your laptop and do a Stadia direct stream. It'll actually say you're on a separate device and you won't be able to use your mic, which is annoying as heck. But I've finally got it to work. Now, it's a bit of a workaround, and it does require having an NVIDIA Shield, unfortunately, for those that don't have one. I happen to have one, which is lucky. And NVIDIA, built into the Shield, has a kind of stream to Twitch feature. It's pretty rudimentary, to be fair, and it's limited to 720p. And I've literally spoken physically to, well, not physically in the same room, but over a Zoom call with the developers, and I kind of got the impression that they're not focusing on changing that any day soon. So it is what it is. And to be fair, it's a reasonable output quality-wise. Even at 720, it's not particularly compressed. So, on the basis that Stadia runs from an NVIDIA Shield in its native Android form, this is what I'm running here, and it's perfectly fine. And the fact that the NVIDIA Shield will go down. I just got the wrong gun, which is annoying me. That hasn't got any weapons. This one doesn't. So let's quickly see if we can switch to that. There we go. That's better. Yeah, so I can stream NVIDIA Shield to Twitch, Stadia. Awesome. Downside of that is lower resolution, not the end of the world, and of course it's just Twitch. It doesn't have an option to stream to YouTube. So I've got a separate service. Let me just quickly defib XYA. There we go. That's how you do it. It's quite a cool little mechanic there. So I found this little service a while back, and I've never used them. And they will take a Twitch stream, and then they will pass it along to any other services that you require. So I've set it up to stream from Twitch to YouTube. It's about £2 a month for the basic one, but you get 2 weeks free trial as well. So using this incredibly convoluted workaround simply so I can sit in front of the TV and can't be bothered to go into the studio. Well, I'm convalescing, I'm allowed to. I've got it basically streaming Stadia on the NVIDIA Shield to Twitch, and then passing it along to YouTube where you guys are watching it. And I'm proud of that little system. My little process that I've developed. It's all a bit wordy, so I will do a video at some point, because there may be other people that think that that's a use case that works. But it just allows me to cover Stadia and obviously GeForce Now if I so desire, which I don't tend to do very often these days, using the NVIDIA Shield. And it costs me arcade, so it costs £2 a month. And to be fair, you might just be quite happy to stream to Twitch. You can always grab the videos, download them anyway. And I'd recommend doing that, guys, because Twitch don't hold on to them. Not even for the really big streamers. They only hang out there for a few weeks and then they get removed. So all your beautiful work gets lost into the ether if you don't back it up. So it's good to go in from time to time, particularly stuff you're proud of, maybe some podcast stuff, and download it and then re-upload it on YouTube where it'll stay for posterity. Interesting that they do that as well. They definitely see themselves as a different team. Yeah, StreamYard at the Chromebook. I mean, I've got a MacBook Pro jack. I mean, it's I'm actually got it live. Sorry, it's sat on my lap right now because I'm monitoring these two services to see how they're streaming. But I've got an Elgato as well. You know, HD60S. It's until their new one they just brought out. It's the best one they did. But my MacBook struggles. If I fire the Elgato up with, say, Xbox or PlayStation or Chromecast, and then trying to use OBS or StreamYard, Streamlabs or StreamYard or any of them, it still struggles. It's not happy. And then I've got hey, look, the fellows have joined me. Yay! Where'd you guys come from? Woohoo! Look at this. Nice one. Oh, that's cool. That's such brilliant AI. I had no idea where they were coming. Sorry, I got digressed there by the game. Yeah, so the beauty of this is well, firstly, you've got to have a flipping NVIDIA Shield, and they are by far the most expensive of all of the kind of set-top box, you know, 3 chips on a card type of scenario. But it works good. It works well. And then I don't have to use any of those other things. I can just start playing, stream. And this service that I've just mentioned that will pick it up and stream it on, it'll do it automatically as well. So if I go live on Twitch, it would just fire up a YouTube stream straight away. The downside is that, as I mentioned, well, there's plenty of downsides, but one of them that's a pain in the bottom is that the NVIDIA Shield doesn't give you, with its rudimentary broadcasting tool, it doesn't give you the option to create titles and descriptions. So it'll fire up whatever was the most recent stream. In this case, Rage 2 on Google Stadia, Rock vs. Cancer, as it happens, accurately named, although this isn't my usual Rock vs. Cancer stream, so I don't have the overlays, but that works. It could just as easily, though, have said Valhalla or Tohu or any of the other games, Destiny 2, any of the other games that I've played on Stadia recently. So, you know, it means you've got to kind of go in and change it, and do you bother with that while you're streaming, or do you wait? And if you don't do it while you're streaming, it's going to confuse folk. So, you know, you've still got some stuff down there that ain't good. In my rocky road to trying to find a solution, though, I did interestingly find I was able to get Stadia to run on a PlayStation 5. And I thought, oh, hello, this solves everything. And I was all set to do a video as well, thinking this is amazing. But sadly, it's not able. The browser that is hidden away in the PlayStation 5 isn't capable of. I don't think it has the video codec. That's what I'm trying to say. So it didn't work. But I got there, and even with the lack of keyboard, I was able to. I cannily went to Stadia Source and copied the links. They have direct links to all the games. If you go to any of the games on StadiaSource.com, it says Play Now, and that's a direct link to the game in Stadia. So I fired that over into the PlayStation 5, and no video codec, so it didn't work. And Xbox would do a decent job of streaming as well, if it wasn't for the fact that anything that isn't a game and doesn't have a flag that says it's okay to stream it, it won't stream. So that includes their Edge browser. Oh look, someone's left their bike. Haha. So what happens is you fire up Edge on Xbox, and it happily plays Stadia. It does a really good job, actually, Stadia and or anything that's web-based. But you just end up with like a pause screen because Xbox says, sorry, I don't have permission to stream this, which is so annoying. Oh, that was the other game I was going to say. It's a bit reminds me like of Cyberpunk. So it's kind of like Borderlands meets Cyberpunk meets post-apocalyptic Mad Max, with progression and gun leveling up, RPG stuff. Plus there is an offline option as well. I think you can play with friends as a co-op option. So definitely a great game to pick up. They usually have it in sales on Stadia. I don't know what it currently is because I bought it when it first came. So it shows as purchased for me. But yeah, Jack, was it ever a pro game as well? I've got a feeling it may have even have been a pro game at some point. Yeah, it's awesome. So Jack says, it would be great if Stadia streaming let you add a separate audio and video source. Absolutely, I don't understand why not. That's number 2 on my Stadia wishlist. The one thing Luna has. Oh, does it? Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Well, we don't, as you know, we still don't have Luna anywhere outside of the States. But yeah, no, I totally agree. And, you know, technically it would be so easy for them to add. I just don't know that is a focus for them, quite honestly. The same as the NVIDIA Shield is no longer a focus for... Well, the problem is NVIDIA Shield, a little bit like the Chromecast in some ways, isn't the direct responsibility or concern of GeForce Now, as the Chromecast is not of Stadia. So, you do have these disparate teams, possibly even working different parts of the world, with their own GitHub, Jira list of things that they want to fix, and the things that we feel would make a heap of sense aren't necessarily the same as they feel. Yeah, it really does, Jack, and it's a heck of a lot. I think there's more to do. Well, I don't know. Look, everyone to their own. I personally struggle with Cyberpunk, where I don't struggle with this game. This game for me is fairly straightforward. I also think the animation for the characters, the motion capture is better than on Cyberpunk. They look a bit more computer. On Cyberpunk, they look a bit more computer generated, whereas here the animations are really cool and they clearly motion capture the heck out of it. But there's so much to this game. I mean, I'm just running around aimlessly killing stuff while I'm having a good old chit chat with you fellas, but there's actually a lot to the game. There's, as I showed you just now, there's a huge map. I was actually on this map earlier, and I zoomed out to think how much more of this have I got to do, and I thought, oh yeah, it's not very big. And then I zoomed out more and realised that's a tiny island. It's all of this still. What? And there's all sorts of areas. There's forest and jungle. There's mountains, and it's just a great game. But as you can see, there are those allies down the left there, and there were only 4 until a couple of days ago. That purple one suddenly appeared. So 16 hours in, I'm still finding new allies to solve all their woes. And then you've got your main missions here. World locations to go and pick up stuff, and new vehicles and guns and things, trade places, and then your main missions, which dependent upon the 3 characters here. So there's 2 of them that aren't even part of this. Oh, there you go. You've got to come down. So you've got Project Dagger, which are those 3, Rise of the Ghosts, which is this fella, and then there's others as well, which I think you pick up. Then you've got your inventory, all your various bits and pieces. You've got nanites, which give you extra power. So grav jump, you can do like power jump. Shatter, which I keep forgetting about. Hold LB and press X to activate. I must do that. Defib, which you saw just now. So when you die, you get an opportunity, if you're quick with the buttons, to get yourself back up to life. There's others that I haven't even opened yet. Look at these. I've actually got to go to those locations there on the right hand side and find those locations. Those are logs, which I think, yeah, to the left of the top menu it says log. So if I went to Ranger Ability log 001, if I have it, which I may not, that will, there you go, world location, that will actually give you the location of those various things. So you've got to go and get the intel, and then that will tell you where to find the thing that you want to get, and so on and so forth. It's pretty cool. So you build up your powers, and my favorite is overdrive. So overdrive is like a superpower, puts you in this mad manic level. Dash is cool, so you can kind of ping forward, like a propelled dodge, so that's pretty cool. And then you've got all your weapons, and again, I've got loads that I haven't unlocked. There's still tons to find. Each of them has unlocks that you can, there you go, you see insufficient feltrite to unlock this booster, or whatever it is, but each of them can be given a new skin and then additional powers and so on and so forth. Projects to do, and each of these projects gives you these different perks that you can unlock. It goes on and on and on. And vehicles. So all of these vehicles, even a drone that you can fly, which I've yet to find. I really want to find that one as well. That would be amazing. So yeah, there are definitely shades of Cyberpunk, but bearing in mind this came out some years before Cyberpunk. I think this was it's either 2015 or 2017, I forget now. But certainly years before. And I would say Cyberpunk probably had a little bit of an influence by this game, Bethesda. But I don't think it sold very well. I think they put a ton of effort into this game, and it wasn't a big seller for whatever reason. It was
There's a small trading outpost here.
something to
Looks
do
be
with
under
the
attack.
usual thing. They put it out there without
Get
a
in there
huge
and
amount of
help 'em out if you
promotion.
can. I'm sure they'd
There were
appreciate
other
it.
games kicking around at the same time that did really well, and may even have been Horizon Zero Dawn, you know, from memory, the first one, and it just never got the love. But I think it's a shame because it's actually a great game. If this is your thing, it's not for everybody.
I'm approaching a large outpost. Pretty sure it's ghosts.
It's got good story as well.
Sounds
All
like a
going on.
sanctuary. Don't go messing
Yeah,
in
there
there unless
really
you're
is.
prepared.
There really is, Jack. And I
Only
don't think
ground
I've
for them,
ever
and they
seen
will
anyone
protect it
else
with all
streaming
they've
this
got.
on Stadia. It's just one of those games that's been overlooked. Metro's great as well. The Metro Redux, Metro 3033 series, they're good, and they've got the similar kind of look, post-apocalyptic and so on. But they're linear, aren't they? They're kind of like one-hit pony. Whereas there's a lot to this. You could come on, stream an hour, do a mission or two, and and then come back again later. Get the supply drop. Oh no, it's all the way over there. Can't be bothered. Yeah, the sky is great. The whole thing is just really, really good. It's just a beautiful thing. So, I've been trying, I don't know if you knew this, Jack, but I've been raising money for Young Lives versus Cancer the whole of June. I set a goal, of course you know, my friend, you were and still are the largest donor. Thank you so much. And that's very remiss of me to forget that. I took a small break this week because I had to go and have an operation. And I did another stream. Was it yesterday I did an hour? I can't remember now, but I think it may have been yesterday. Today, sadly, much to my chagrin, I've got to go to a wedding with Mrs. Rokk. And I really don't want to go because I don't feel at this moment in time like getting off the chair still. And I'd rather be doing that. But I am trying, basically what I'm trying to do is stream a Stadia game every day. Sometimes the same game, a lot of the time the same game. There's no specifics about what the game is. Plus break out some of the disparate parts of Rock Show into their own little shows and some other stuff as well. But I'm trying to do a decent piece of content every day. I reckon if I can, it won't be today, I don't think, but I'll be back on again tomorrow. But we are literally just about £300 from the goal now, and we've still got essentially 3 weeks of the month, give or take. So I'm really excited. I think we're going to crack it within a day or two, and then we'll see. But it'll be fascinating to see. I think I'm going to guess at about $25 to $30 behind where I got to last year by the end of the month. So it's really cool. And I really wasn't expecting it with the way the world is post the pandemic and everything, and financially it's tough for everyone right now. So that's really amazing. So tomorrow I'm going to hope to do a decent stream. I'll do it from OBS so that I've got the overlays for Young Lives versus Cancer and see if I can't get to that magic number. The only reason I was telling you that was because I'd completely forgotten that you knew about it. But it's nice to put it out there again and remind myself of what I'm trying to achieve. Oh, here's that drop, but I press the button and nothing happens. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, they're lovely folk as well, Jack. They got in touch with me a couple of days ago. on the old DMs and said they wanted to send me something. So I'm assuming it'll be a T-shirt or something. But they really are super appreciative, and of course it all goes to help people, young folk in the main, at pretty nasty time. So close to my heart, close to all of our hearts that've got children. Of course it is. There, but for the grace of God, go us, etc. Now then, what are we looking like? Oh, my battery's about to go. That's annoying. 51 minutes of streaming. I may as well try and get the last 10 minutes in. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I have no idea what this button is supposed to do. And that was LB and X. Ah, no, there you go. LB. Oh, I've used up the power for testing it out. Dagnabbit. Right, where's my car gone? I need to go there, which is 7,990 odd clicks. I assume it's meters, but 8 kilometers, give or take. So hold that one down.
Here I am, Ranger.
Here's my vehicle. Yeah, the one thing that the Shield does do well, Jack, it only pushes it out at 720p, sadly, but it's got a decent chip in it, and of course it doesn't apply. It kind of applies a level of AI as well. There's a little bit of augmentation to the quality, so you do kind of get closer to 1,000 DPI. But it's, as I was saying earlier, most people who watch these content game streams are usually watching on their phones, just sat in a chair or at home in bed or what have you. So 720 is not a huge issue, and it's certainly smoother than you'll get from Melon or Restream or StreamYard. I think largely that's out of their control, but there's a spacey bison thing. I don't like shooting these because they're so harmless. Like, you can get out, walk right up to them, and they're like, hello, dude. Yeah, there's a level of compression with those. I actually don't think it's anything to do with the vendors, though. I think because they all seem to be using the built-in streaming codec that's in Chrome, and I think it's more to do with that than anything. So you get quite a high compression in the streams, whereas this kind of bypasses that. I wonder if that first gen Shield would still work, to do all this, because I don't think they've upgraded the broadcasting tool since the first generation one. So if you still had it, it's worth thinking about, particularly if you can run Stadia on it, because that was the kicker. Having said that, I don't think it did run initially. They've sort of upgraded it, so it may be the first gens aren't able to run the version of Android. I don't know. I've got a relatively recent one, but they're not new devices anyway. I mean, I think it's 2019, 2018, probably using 2018 chipsets. I don't hear any rumours of anything new coming from them. I don't think it's at this moment in time particularly of interest to them. So, worth it. I would give that a go, though. Or maybe, if this route, the process, is of interest, maybe look to get a second-hand one from eBay or something. But it just gives you the ability to not have to use your Chromebook and Streamlabs or StreamYard or whatever. You can just focus on the game, which is what it's all about. Now, somehow, let's have a look at the map, see where we are. Okay, heading in the right direction, that's cool. It looks like we've got some hillage. There's a question mark. We've got to go over this hillage. Some valleys and troughs and things. Let's go down here. Mad Max was a great game, actually. I think it was just called Mad Max, but I may be wrong. Actually, if I set the... Where is it? There you go. If I set the marker...
Destination
there we go. Now we've got the pink guidelines. And there's a lot of this that reminds me of that. Mad Max, that's another game that got no love. It didn't get any love from any community. And yet, such a good game. Very similar in many aspects to this. Why has that line disappeared? Oh, because I went past where I need to be. Okay. Oh, it's up there, look. Well, that's a supply drop. I didn't think that's what we were... Oh, it's Wasteland Saviour. Get the supply drop. It is indeed. So, how do I get up there? Is there a starting point to this old piece of bridge? Yeah, here it is. Jump out of here. And then we should be able to jump. I should be able to use my special jump. There we go. Awesome. It blows me away when you think how many people have been involved in games like this and developing these little puzzles and missions and stuff. Amazing. Okay, let's start this and see if this one works.
Airdrop beacon is
There you go.
alive.
That's what should have happened with the other one. I must
Fantastic.
have got to it after it had completed.
You've done
Now,
good
if it's
work,
anything like
Walker.
Breakpoint, I'm assuming we're going to get an infestation of enemies.
I'm
Let's
still
switch
looking
over
over
to
the
the
files I
air
found at the
shotgun.
prison. I'll let you know when I have something worthwhile.
Might be a ghost refinery over there.
Oh, that was it, by the look of it. That was our mission. Awesome. Easy enough. So what's that done then in terms of the old Wasteland Celebrity? And that's the one I want to find. Project Dagger, Wasteland Celebrity, but I think it's actually in the other part of the map over in this area. I don't think it's on that little island thing that I'm on. Ah, look. Sandworm Invasion. Travel to its known... That might be the unknown mission that she has. What's that? Wellspring, that's a place. There we are. Wasteland Celebrity. Make a name for yourself in the Chazcar Derby. So that's where I've got to get to. How do I get there then? I think I've got to find a local town that I've befriended and then fast travel. I may just be able to drive across here, but I don't remember ever. As you can see, that hasn't been exposed, so I don't know how I actually got here. I think I was just taken there in a mission. Is that... So one of these, somewhere around here is a place that we can get fast travel to. I think. Oh, Origins is absolutely superb, Jack. That, I mean, it's a gorgeous game anyway, and yeah, it's a big one. It'll take a while. But that was the game that got me back into Assassin's Creed. Prior to Origins, it just never appealed to me. The whole stealth thing, and, you know, I just didn't think it looked that good. And then I played Origins, and it blew me away. I love that game so much. I've actually downloaded it again. I think it's on Stadia as well, isn't it? So, yeah, that's a great game to play. And the thing I love about those historical Assassin's Creeds, I mean, I know it's a Disney version of history, but there is a lot of fact to it as well. Fast travel, there we go. I knew there must be somewhere. That's just a great game. And then after that, there's Odyssey, which I'm still haven't completed, and that was cool. Primal, I loved. That one is on Stadia. That's a great game. And then Valhalla, which I've almost finished. I've done all of the main campaigns. I'm just finishing the last or the most recent DLC, and then I've done that one. But funny you should mention Origins. I literally flagged to play it again because I loved it so much. So here we go. Now we're in a sort of a town area. Rusty's there, and it's all these characters that you can talk to. A lot of them have got little side quests, and there's vendors and things that you can buy stuff from.
Please, just hey, Chris Ladon, not a strong box.
It's also a little bit like Fallout, Fallout 4. But the thing that put me off Fallout 4 is the whole 1940s look to the little icons and stuff. I struggle with that for some reason. I have no idea why. And I know it's its thing, but I just don't get it. Oh, yeah, but Odyssey's great, and she keeps turning up. Is it Cassandra? I forgot. She keeps turning up in she's in Valhalla. She does a whole section in Valhalla, which was quite fun. Right, here we go. We can buy some ammo and stuff. We need loads of these health infusions. There we go. Filled up on those. Infusion schematic. What does that do? This schematic teaches you how to craft to upgrade your overdrive infusions. Well, we'll buy one out of interest. Health and oh, so you can actually craft your own. Ah, okay. You don't have to keep buying them. Yeah, well, that makes sense. So it's a turret drone. Don't think I've ever had one of those. I've almost completely blown my cash reserves there. I think he allowed me, or she allows me to sell stuff as well. There we go. Let's get rid of the junk. Loads of junk.
Terminating shopping
Awesome.
interface.
So did you complete Valhalla? Did you do all the DLCs and stuff as well? So I'm on the end of Ragnarok, which is okay. My favourite of the DLCs was the one where they went to Ireland. I didn't like the Paris one at all.
The musty smell of old
Okay, so electronic components.
Good trading ever.
And Odyssey, I don't know where I'm with. I think I've completed, again, I think I've completed the main campaign. I've got the DLC stuff to do. Now then, I didn't actually need to do anything here, did I? It was Choco, my good friend. Bless you. Anything at all, my friend, is very, very, very appreciated. Hope you're well, my good friend. I did come on to Destiny on Thursday, but you and Rob were otherwise disposed at the time. I spoke to Rob last night, and he said he was off. Couldn't do it last night. He was out with his mates, but he said he's going to be on over the weekend if we want to try and do the dungeon. So cool. Oh, hello. What have we got here? Health augmentation permanently enhances your defensive can't read, sorry, TV's 10 feet away. Nanotrite performance. You can take 5% more damage, 5%. Overdrive augmentation gives you 5% longer. It's the bit at the end you need to read. Weapon damage, 5% damage boost, and a reset, which I can't afford. And it upgrades resources, which will be returned to you for redistribution. So 5% boost in stock. I can buy one of these. I think I'll buy. I always like to boost my health on everything. So I think I bought one of those. That's it. We can buy nothing more. And we've got nothing to sell. So much to this game. It's a game that you really do, to start with, kind of need to focus on. But if you play it enough, it gets under your skin, like all these things. Now my laptop battery just died, so I can no longer see chat, I'm afraid, guys. Apologies for that. There's a job board here, look, as well. You can even do jobs. But I'm going to be killing the stream in a few seconds anyway, because
I was down there.
I think we've done an hour,
Adios.
and even managed to get a few extra pounds in for the charity stream, which is amazing, given that I don't even have the stuff up. So there you go. That is Rage 2 and Monge 2, as I like to call it, and it's also my new process for streaming Stadia, which I'll do a little video on next week at some point. I think it's one that is a bit situational, requires a bit of kit, but does definitely get around the limitations that we currently have with streaming the Stadia. So thank you guys so much for popping in. It's very, very appreciated, much appreciated. I guess that was the phrase I was looking for. Particularly for donations as well for Young Lives versus Cancer. That's really appreciated. And as I've mentioned, there'll be a couple of things. I'm hoping at some point, don't know that it'll be today, but I'm hoping at some point with Chocotoko there and our friend Rob, that we'll be doing or attempting to do the new dungeon in Destiny 2, which we can do on Stadia. And I'll also be doing may or may not do that as part of the whole charity thing, but it's still going on, and then I'll be definitely doing a charity stream at some point this weekend as well. Try and raise a bit more towards the final goal. This is like a sort of shanty town, isn't it? But all good. Right now I have to find a way to get out of the game and kill off the stream. So bear with me a second while I push this button down, and I think it's this button over here. Stadia takes all the keys, the buttons that I need to kill the stream. They're all part of the game itself. So I hold this one down, and then I'll get the little NVIDIA shield thing up, and we'll turn